Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Showcase. My name is Nick Lopez, and I want to give big thanks to Fly. I like Fly because they help out the community, and also because they take us out on trips.
Good morning, my name is Aaliyah. One thing that I love about Fly is meeting a whole bunch of youth my age and experiencing all the great things. Thank you so much.
Hi, Scott Cato here from Cato's Graphics. I want to thank everybody for attending Fly's 2021 Showcase Breakfast. We've been working 6 days a week here to try and keep up with recent urgent demand. But I know something that's more urgent, and that's supporting and engaging local Bay Area youth. We can't afford to lose any more youth to the pipeline to prison. That's why we support Fly's program. As you know, Fly provides real-world legal education, positive mentors, and is constantly working with the juvenile justice system to become more just. I appreciate you joining Cato's Graphics and supporting their work with the organizations like Fly. We can all come together and support the young people of today.
Hello, my name is Donna Pitcanix. I'm a board member at Fly, and I've been a Fly supporter now for more than 20 years. At Wilson Sonsini, we support Fly because we've seen how Fly takes high-risk youth and provides them with the Fly love, support, and confidence that they need to accomplish their goals, graduate from high school, graduate from college, in many cases start businesses, and become productive citizens. We hope that you'll enjoy the program today and you will become a Fly supporter too.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gordy Davidson, a partner at the Fenwick & West Law Firm. Together, we are proud sponsors of the Fly program, and our team welcomes you all to the 2021 Showcase Breakfast. Enjoy the program, and thank you for coming.
What the power of our possibilities means to me is that there's so much power in our choices and our decisions that we make. So many bad things can happen to you without even asking for it. So that's why I'm at Fly. They offer great success, they offer great support, great influence, and they support great friends.
The power of possibilities means that you need to wake up every day, no matter how you're feeling, no matter the situation that's in place, and chase your dreams. You only fail what you fail to accomplish, what you don't chase. So you feel me? Never give up on yourself and those around you, and life is sure to be great for you.
The power of my possibility to me means that as long as I keep striving and pushing forward, everything that I want to accomplish will be possible.
Welcome to Fly Showcase.
Welcome to Showcase.
Thank you for coming.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Showcase.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Showcase.
Welcome to Showcase.
Woo!
Good morning. I'm Rob Bonta, California Attorney General, and I'm honored to receive this invitation to join you today to support Fresh Lifelines for Youth. Fly's fight for a more just California for our youth is my fight too. The fight for justice is a personal one. My father marched in Selma for civil rights with Dr. King. My mother fought for democracy in the Philippines. And together, with me and my siblings in tow, they organized for farm workers' rights in the Central Valley alongside Dolores Huerta, Philip Veracruz, and Cesar Chavez. They lit a fire inside me to fight against injustice, stand up for those wronged. That is why I decided to become a public attorney. And it's that same fight for justice, the fight for all people, especially our youth, that motivates me today. That's why in the State Assembly, I fought for reforms to inject more justice and fairness into the justice system. And now, as Attorney General, I have the honor and privilege to implement some of those reforms to make our communities healthier and safer. Those of us at the state level rely on organizations like Fly at the local level to advocate, to implement. I love that Fly makes sure the voices of our youth are never lost and that good policy is enacted. Our youth have power. We will see it on full display today. When I speak with young folks, I always tell them, you are the leaders of tomorrow for sure, and you are also the leaders of today. Organizations like Fly work to remove barriers that silence their voice. This is so important because when youth have the tools and support to speak their truth, we all benefit. And as Attorney General, I listen to the voices of my youngest constituents and work with them to make positive changes to the systems that impact them, including the justice system. As the people's attorney, it is one of my top priorities to fight to transform the justice system to be more humane, more just. That includes the juvenile justice system. At the DOJ, we do that in many ways, from everyday work in our Bureau of Children's Justice to earlier this year, securing groundbreaking settlements to protect the rights of youth in some of our nation's largest juvenile justice systems. In the work ahead, I am grateful to partner with FLY to work toward a vision for a California where youth grow up valued, supported, where the pipeline to prison is replaced with a pipeline of opportunity for all kids to lead healthy, free, and productive lives. Thank you for the work you lead. Thank you, FLY.
Welcome to Fresh Lifelines for Youth's annual showcase event, The Power of Our Possibilities. I am Kiana Satchel, and I am honored to be this year's showcase MC. I am so grateful to be gathered with you all today. Today we are here to celebrate our FLY's youth and all their accomplishments they have achieved while letting their true and inner self shine. Just an update on my present day self, I recently got a promotion at work. I've also been motivated to furthering my education, and I decided I will be returning back to school in the fall of 2022 to become a probation officer. Whew. I still am an alumna of FLY. I spend my time volunteering in law class, leadership program, speech committee, and of course, as FLY's resident artist. We had to do things from a distance, but I was given the opportunity to work with Santa Clara's Public Defender's Office and do some artwork for them. I went from being just a youth in the FLY program to a donor now, and I'm happy I was able to give back and to do something so impactful to my life. But enough about me, let's get the show started. I would like to introduce you guys to the stage, Aurelie.
Thank you, Kiana. Hello, my name is Aurelie Seha. So much has changed over the past 20 plus months, including Showcase, which went virtual in 2020. While we wish we could be together in person, we look forward to making this a special and inspiring experience for all of you. You will hear the heartfelt journeys of FLY youth and alumni, and have the opportunity to give so we can continue our programming to support youth in our communities. Together, we will find the power in our possibilities when resources are made possible for all. Some of you may remember me from last year when I shared my story at the first virtual showcase. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on how my life has been ever since. Still a cake decorator, and of course I'm still in school, even though it's taken me a little longer than I expected. I am now living in San Francisco on my own. I am also part of the FLY System Change Board Committee, where I am the alumni representative. I give a different point of view of how certain legislations can affect us or support us. I also bring that information back to the speech committee, where we can discuss if we're for it or against it. After discussing with my fellow alumni leaders, I bring the information back to the full committee. I am the entrusted vote on the committee. But most importantly, if you guys recall, my mother had been taken from me due to the Zero Tolerance Act Trump put out back in 2017. I'm happy to report that she has officially come home this October. She missed my first year's relationship, my high school graduation, my first day of college, and me moving out on my own. I've had some really stressful downs this past year, but one of my biggest highlights I've been waiting for finally happened. And for those wondering, our house isn't even close to being done, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. And I just have a quick message to my mother in Spanish, and then I will translate it for you all. Let me catch my breath. Tus sacrificios no van a ser por nada. Renunciaste todo por nosotros. Eres la persona más fuerte que he conocido. Solo puedo esperar y desear que voy a ser mitad de la mujer que eres hoy. Has pasado por el infierno y para atrás, pero todavía sonríes y me hace sentir mejor. Te quiero y muchas gracias. Your sacrifices won't go unnoticed. You gave up everything for us. You're the strongest person I know. I can only hope and wish that I become half the woman you are today. You've been through hell and back, and you still smile and make me feel better. I love you, and thank you for everything.
The people behind Fly help us to find the power to bring our possibilities to life. And it starts at the top with Fly's president and CEO. Please welcome Ali Knight.
Hello and welcome. Whether you're a longtime supporter or this is your first Fly event, thank you for joining us today. Thank you to our sponsors for making this event possible: 49ers Foundation, Fenwick & West, Corsair, Wilson Sonsini, Goodrich & Rosati, Momentive, Cato's Graphics, and NetScout. Thank you to our board, our staff, and our volunteers for an incredibly strong year, despite the challenges of the times. Finally, I have a special thank you for our young people for modeling resilience and inspiring excellence. Our young people came up with a brilliant theme for this year's showcase. To have hope, you have to believe in the power of possibilities. And who better to transform hope into possibility, into reality, than our young people? When I think of that power, I think of Shad, who moved across the country and transferred to a new high school during the pandemic. During a time when he, like all of us, needed to find our tribe to help him get through the crisis. Instead, he found isolation and loneliness. So Shad stopped going to school. Because let's be honest, none of us would want to join a new community over Zoom. Luckily, a classmate saw him struggling and referred him to Fly. From there, Shad went through our law and our leadership programs, and he found his tribe. Today, he's a high school graduate, works full-time, and mentors other youth in a leadership program. Now he is building a community for others. Or thankfully, Fly was able to help Shad exit the pipeline to prison early. I also think of Danico, a young man who made a mistake, which led to a warrant, which led to a very difficult and traumatizing police encounter. One that for him wasn't just about making a mistake. It was about the response to it. It was about being a black teen living in a white, affluent neighborhood. Danico was sent to the ranch, where he was connected to Fly. His case manager, Adriana, helped him deal with the trauma from that encounter. But more importantly, she validated his experience, and she continues to help him move past it in a positive way. Danico's been home for 6 months and has graduated high school, has a full-time job. He's 2 weeks away from completing probation, but he's also a reminder that accountability and justice should go both ways. I think about Noemi's story too. When Fly's program manager, Mel, first met Noemi at a detention facility, she saw a young girl with a lot of potential who just needed someone in her corner. One day after a court appearance, Mel and Noemi ran into an old court official, a former court official, I should say, who said, "You'll be back. We'll keep seeing you." Undeterred, Noemi said to Mel, "I'll prove them wrong." Noemi's grit and determination and some support from Fly propelled her to complete probation, graduate high school early, and she's now in her freshman year at Chico State. These 3 stories are among many that I get to hear every day. They are but a glimpse of the amazing work that we're doing to help young people discover their true potential, to transform an impossible to an I'm possible. But it's not just that transformation is possible, it's necessary. Because in this country, we're still arresting more than 1,900 kids every single day. California still locks up more young people than any other state. But we also know that there is hope. A better future for youth is possible. After decades of advocacy, California is finally closing its state juvenile facility for good. This reform means that young people who would otherwise be locked up in youth prisons hundreds of miles away from their families will be kept in their communities. Fly is working with local partners to create community-based solutions that meet these young people's needs and keep them connected to their families while keeping our communities safer. We know that we need to match hope with efforts to turn the impossible into an I'm possible. So as we navigate this new world, here's a brief update of what's the same, what's changed, and what's coming. First, we are back to delivering the Fly Magic in person. Our law program is back in schools and in locked facilities. Our leadership program is back out in the wilderness and back in the communities. But we are not going back to the old ways of serving youth. Today, we're developing community leaders and systems change agents. Our law curriculum is now teaching young people about their rights and sparking critical discussions about the justice system. And the leadership program is connecting young people to social issues that they care about through service learning projects. When I sat down to write this speech, in the next room were peer leaders who were creating blankets for homeless people in the community. They are shifting the narrative about youth through their service leadership. I'm also incredibly excited about how much our presence is growing here in the Bay Area. Our newest program for young adults, Stay Fly, is running now in Alameda, San Mateo, and Santa Clara counties. So we'll continue to use what we know about adolescent brain development to build programs that support young people caught between two systems. And that's not all. We're also partnering with Alameda County Probation to bring Youth Advisory Council model there to continue to elevate the voice of young people to affect systems change. Finally, I am extremely proud of our new partnership with Contra Costa County Probation. We're going where the need is. So many of our young people are moving out of Oakland, out of San Francisco, and other cities because of the rising cost of living. So we're piloting programs in our services in Cocoa County to explore ways to meet the needs of young people in those communities. And you'll hear more about that later on in the program from the chief herself. So as I reflect back on this past year, and then I look forward into 2022, I feel a range of emotions, from pride to nervousness to excitement. I'm so proud of all we've accomplished for our kids, with our kids, and communities. I also have a healthy sense of nervousness because the challenges ahead are tremendous. Not impossible, but tremendous. And that's when excitement kicks in. I'm excited because we get to do this together with you, our partners, our community, and most of all, our young people. Thank you for sharing Fly's belief in the power of our possibilities when we work together.
Now it's my great pleasure to introduce several amazing Fly alums. You may remember Jasmine from our 2018 showcase. She will be sharing a powerful poem. We'll be hearing from Santino, who has an inspiring story of overcoming. Then Lizbeth will speak her truth. Our final youth speaker is Sam, who will bring the flow with his poetry. You guys, please welcome Jasmine to the stage.
Hey everyone, my name is Jasmine. I've been with Fly for about 5 years now, and I'm going to recite a poem that I wrote for all of you. The title of my poem is called Acceptance. My life is now so different. I hate all this change. I've got so much stuff I need to rearrange. Born and raised in Oakland and grew up in the projects, so many people dying got me wondering, damn, who's next? Gunshots blast day and night. Don't want to leave the hood, but I just might. Used to be out late, running the streets, telling my mama, don't worry. She would say, you're growing up too fast. You're growing up in a hurry. When I was younger, all I wanted was to be grown. Didn't expect things to be so tough now that I'm on my own. Things go wrong, as sometimes they will. The road I'm treading seems all uphill. Funds are low and the debts are high. I want to smile, but I have to sigh. Although the pace seems slow, I'll work that 9 to 5 just to get that dough. It's hard to wake up knowing the day. I won't talk to many people now as I don't know what to say. Staying away from toxic people and bad habits, I'm not the same person that I was before. I'm never going back to jail, I swore. Changing myself for the better, working long nights and early mornings, I'm a real go-getter. Never had positive role models until I met Fly. They showed me that the only limit is the sky. I should hold my head high, this is so I'm told. Start venturing out, build my confidence, and leave out all the old. It takes a lot of courage to reach out and be brave. The new me was failing. I need help to get out of my cave. Success is failure turned inside out. Life is a gamble without a doubt. You can never tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. I won't give up now, and I will continue to flourish and grow. Acceptance is key. Once you are there, then you'll know.
Hello, I'm Santino, and I'm 22 years young, and I love Fly. Fly has been there for me when I needed someone to lean on. I've been a part of Fly since 2016, and I've done the mentor program, law program, and I'm still doing the speech committee. My probation officer told me to either sign up for Fly or go to juvie. To my surprise, I like Fly because there were people actually interested in who I was, what I'm up to, and how I move in life. Then as an alumni, I was able to do speech committee, which has helped me get my foot in the door. Actually being able to be heard, be able to make a change, and make connections with these. I hadn't had much connection to anyone, but now I have a family of 3 in a 2-bedroom apartment. My fiance, Angelina, and my 16-month-old son. It's really important for me to make sure my son doesn't feel lonely. Growing up, I was super lonely in the system, going back and forth to abusive foster homes, to foster care facilities. I was totally aware where I was at the age of 2. I was being showered by strangers, living with different roommates every other week. So I was scared and even lonelier. I went to 3 foster families until finally I went into my abusive biological father's care. As long as I can remember, I see him hitting me, and I felt my heart was naked, and I shed more the more I thought about my situation. I didn't know who to talk to because there are only these strangers around every day. I thought friends were all you have in life because parents will always send you back. Some night in May, he called my biological mom to pick me up. I'm assuming as a birthday gift for me. Little did he know it really was. On the ride back, my mom asked me if he ever hits me, and I made excuses for why he did. And as soon as she told me that we didn't have to go back if he hit me, I bawled out crying, telling her everything that he and his fiance did to me. Took him to court and won custody, but I stayed in the shelter, again for the time being. I felt lost and alone all over again until I eventually went back to the care of my mom's and her fiance, who I passionately call Dad now. But things weren't as easy as they should have been at the time because I didn't know how to love. I didn't know how to love, talk, or connect to anyone. And as a teenager, I didn't have any rules. I was a criminal. I robbed houses, cars, people, for money, for friends, and with friends that ended up turning on me, stealing from me, or even jumping me for my belongings. I was hurt, confused, and lost, really. I was trying to fill this hole. And after a good amount of years, I realized money and friends were not the issue. The issue was me not being able to love the people I'm supposed to, not knowing how to express it. It led me to juvie, to being kicked out of my mom's, being placed in a group home, because it was either that or the ranch, running away and being homeless out of rebellion. When I did run away, I even got into more trouble. I was so distant from anyone and everyone, scared of how people would treat me. All I needed was self-love, really. I'd be smarter with the situations I put myself in. From the streets, I've learned to be deceitful and unreliable. Growing up in Fly, starting at 16, I learned about real friends. I met others trying to be better than they were the day before. Being in the mentor program was fun. Having someone that would be there for me if they were available. Every month we did something cool as a Fly group where I had a chance to meet other positive people and make meaningful connections. When I was in the law program, in the beginning I didn't take it seriously. And by the end I was fully engaged and I was happy I received a certificate at the recognition ceremony. I started thinking of my future. There are 20-year-olds with cars and an apartment in their name. Where am I going to be? Where do I want to be? Where don't I want to be? I don't want to be this way anymore. When I was 17, I started trying to even out my karma. I would try helping out homeless folks. I would give people food, change, hitchhikers rides, opening doors, saying please and thank you. Just trying to be a good person, you know. Being able to do these things for other people made me feel great. I started taking school more seriously, but I couldn't attend any because I was kicked out of most of them because of my credits and my background. After months of dropping out, my mom told me of a continuation school named OYA, Opportunities of Youth Academy. I had 80 credits as a senior. That's behind. They gave me hope that I can graduate on time with a legitimate diploma. And after many online classes, in my eyes, I was normal. Even though I did a lot of work in such a crunch, I was glad I made it. So happy I cried in front of the lady who told me I graduated. So thankful for my mom, really. Things were on the right track, and things were heading up. Then I was 19, and I met a friend from high school. One night he asked me to drive him to Hollister to pick up his girlfriend. He would pay me for my gas and my time. When we got there, his girlfriend was drunk. At one point, sorry guys. At one point in the drive, my friend and his girlfriend got into an argument and asked me to pull over because he had to throw up. The girlfriend ran out of the car and into the freeway trying to jump into oncoming traffic. I went to go save her, put her in my back seat, and I'm the one who ended up getting sideswiped and ran over at freeway speed. Skull open, stomach torn, intestines out, shin broken in half, my perineum was split and there was blood everywhere. Realizing I was about to die, I look forward and I hear my friend telling the guy that pulled over in his window that if he gave him $2,000 that he could forget this happened, that I'm already dead. Felt so alone. I hear the guy exclaim, "What? No." Though I was thankful for his response, I knew my time was done. I said my I love yous, my goodbyes, my thank yous, and my apologies. I even lived a life where I did nothing wrong, where I had a great life, where I finally taken the right turn, or this turn, or even that turn. I wouldn't be here right now. Closing my eyes, passing out, ready to die. I woke up 5 days later in the hospital, thankful for everything that I have and everyone that's in my life. I feel like I wouldn't have made it without Fly. Fly showed me hope, and that's what I needed at that time. I really feel that the hope that Fly helped me create was the only reason why I made it. So here I am, after recovering. I'm still in Fly with beautiful connections where I have a chance to meet and impact others. I'm grateful for the opportunities I'm given and eager to show the world the power of my possibilities. I'm currently looking forward to going to DeAngelo Community College to begin my journey in the medical field so my son doesn't have to worry about good medicine or healthcare. Thank you guys for listening to my story. You guys have a great morning.
I'm standing up here today as my heart is bleeding so fast with the blood of my ancestors running through my veins, as my father stands behind me, my daughter in front of me, and my community of Fly surrounds me as I speak my past, my present, my future. I've been involved with Fly for over 5 years, and I ain't going anywhere yet. I'm about to tell my story to not make you all feel bad, but for you to know my strength, that have come a long way, and that I still have more ups and downs to navigate in my life. As a child, my past has not been easy. I'm the oldest of 5. My parents have been separated since I was 3 years old. I went through a long battle of custody. It was hard going back and forth from one parent to another. Not having both parents in the same household had a big impact on me because I didn't get that much love or time with each of them. One day, my father got a call from the cops to come and pick up my brother and I. After many talks my sister had with my mother doing nothing about it, my sister finally had enough and opened up and called the cops that our stepfather for 7 years had abused her. But my mother did not believe her and always believed her boyfriend than her own daughter. I remember I was asked many times if I was abused, and I would just stay quiet and looked up, wide open, my eyes wide open because of embarrassment, and I would say no. But I knew in my mind that was not true. Since then, my father did everything to keep me with him. My father had been my mother and my father figure. To this day, I tell him everything. For many years, and sometimes now, I still don't trust any man, because the man I had to trust betrayed me. When my father finally got full custody of me, at that moment, I got a sense of peace that I didn't have to go to court ever again. Being back and forth from one parent to another parent was very hard. I was always told myself that I would never want my kids to deal with a broken family. Now I feel so guilty because I let myself down. I let my daughter down because she has to deal with a broken family. Going back and forth like I did. I did my part to work things out. I did my best. And now I will need to make sure that my daughter doesn't have to feel the pain that I did. That one thing I would like to tell the father of my daughter is, regardless of things didn't work out, our daughter is a true blessing. I met Fly when I was 16. I did the law program, which helped me realize I was on the wrong track. And I learned about consequences at my actions and how to take control of my life. It also taught me about that the system is set up and how the injustice that happens every day. Because I showed my leadership skills, I was asked to join Fly Leadership Program. We started with the 3-day outside retreat. I didn't know what to expect from it. I needed it as I was going through a rough time with my family. We met new people, we did loads of courses, and we ate way too much food. One of my memories is when we sat around the fire pit and we shared some of our fears, hopes, and our dreams. That night, I shared something that I never shared with anyone. It was a safe and sense of secure I needed to finally speak my truth. The staff ended up having to make a report, and CPS had to come to my house. At first, I was very upset at Fly staff. I didn't understand. I was nervous about what my father was gonna do. At the same time, it was like part of me knew something needed to change, and these are the people who were going to help me. Even though it was hard and it was a long journey to heal, it brought my father and I relationship closer. So I have to say thanks to Vince for making that hard decision and helping my family connect and strengthen our bond. To this day, my father and I have an amazing relationship, and he's always there for my daughter and me. After completing the leadership program, I joined speech committee. This is where I found my voice, and I have the courage to speak today. It also gave me the opportunity to help make changes in the system, to fight against racism, so youth have more opportunities to succeed. Fly has also been there when I needed them the most. Even when the pandemic hit, I ended up unemployed, and they helped me with those emergency funds, and they helped me by being helpful during a time that was scary for all of us. These are the moments when you know who is there and who is in your circle and who really has your back. Thank you, Fly family. To my father, I admire you because not all men step up and raise kids on their own. You taught me to value myself and people around me. You taught me to be humble and always help others in need because you will need it one day. I wanted to tell you, thanks for giving me everything and always supporting me. Apá, todas las desveladas, llegadas tardes, las garrañadas y el estrés valió la pena. Todo lo que lo estoy haciendo es para usted. No soy una hija perfecta, pero quiero decirle gracias por no echándose para atrás y creyendo en mí. Muchas gracias. Even though I'm fighting for custody for my daughter and looking for a new place to live, I'm in a good place and I know the power of possibility. I'm a loving mother. I'm a college student who will be graduating next quarter from De Anza with my AA in psychology and nursing. And I just submitted my college applications with the hope to get into East Bay. My dream is to become a nurse where I can help others heal. Thank you for hearing my story.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Samuel Andre Mia Navas. I currently hold a seat in the speech committee and have had the pleasure to be a part of Fly for about 5 years now. My journey throughout that time period has been a blessing and a real eye-opener. Guided by my mentors and those who advocate for the youth, they have shown me that opportunity is just around the corner. Speech committee helped me express my creative abilities through the power of voice. Today I have a poem for you that I wrote to display the outcome of my time here at Fly. Let me try and paint a picture for the youth. When I get up on this stage, it's like I'm putting 2 and 2. Now see if you can feel what I depict. I'm just a problem kid with every dream to be legit. Or maybe just a kid with hella problems, getting deeper into dirt whilst I'm thinking how I'ma solve them. Mama's always telling me do better, tie the leash and grip it tight, tread lightly like a feather, you know, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, influencing generations that follow after me. Well, that last bar was pure inspiration, paying homage to the great, shout out Muhammad Ali. I got a sister and a brother that's in need. Being the oldest carries weight that sometimes overcarries me. So I'ma say it here on stage, cause this is where I'm most authentic. I love you, Mia and Christian. Y'all are my successors and I won't forget it. Every day I gain awareness of potential. All the problems that I got can be resolved within the mental. Blooming in the field like a flower. Susie always says we need to stand in our power. The constant motivation to be great, I was falling back on my dreams, but with Fly, I can be great. A balance of giving and some taking. If we all work together, it's all gas and no breaking. Just know that it's for the bigger picture, overcoming obstacles for wealth and enrichment. At this point, I'm just going on and on. With a smile on my face, I know the battles have been won. Now I fall back and resort to patience. Everybody in this room is a witness to my greatness. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine, Santino, Lisbeth, and Sam. Are you all in awe for the talent of my peers? Because I know I am. Our next speaker is a consultant in the nonprofit and philanthropic sector. Before she joined FLY's board of directors, she spent several years working in the nonprofit field. She also worked to further corporate and social responsibility. She has extensive community volunteer experience both on East and West Coast, and it was a member of the Silicon Valley Social Venture Fund. And it is my honor to introduce you to FLY's board chair, June Wang.
It is such a joy to be here today at FLY Showcase with you all. My name is June Wang, and I have the honor of being FLY's board chair. I've spent the last 20 years of my career working with nonprofits and foundations of all shapes and sizes, but I've devoted a significant amount of my time and resources to FLY, and I hope you will join me in doing the same. Like many of you, the Bay Area is home for me. I was born and raised here, and it's where my parents immigrated to in the late 1960s as young people. Yet the same opportunities that allowed my parents to flourish here are not available to all young people in the Bay Area equally. The Bay Area now has one of the highest rates of income inequality in the country. And even in progressive Santa Clara County, Black and brown youth are 5 to 10 times more likely to be detained than white youth. Our Bay Area youth deserve better. What I love about FLY is that it takes a both-and approach in how it supports young people. At the end of the day, youth will always need adults who care deeply about them. And FLY is amazing at building those strong relationships with youth that nothing else can replace. They give youth a chance to have fun and just be kids in a loving, safe environment. Yet FLY also works to transform the environments our youth live in, the school systems and policing policies that impact their day-to-day lives. Too often, we see policies developed by experts who've studied a problem, more so than by those who've actually lived through the problem. And one of the most critical things FLY does is bring the direct voice of youth to those policy tables. Youth become part of the solution in changing our systems. FLY's both-and approach of meeting the immediate needs of youth while engaging in policy and systems change work is a powerful combination that you don't often see in nonprofits. FLY also stands out because it not only stands with youth of color, but it's also primarily staffed by and led by people of color. FLY staff are authentically part of the communities that they serve. And FLY staff are the most incredible people you will meet. Every day, they bring their heads and their hearts to this work. FLY is a strong, well-run organization, one that values accountability, metrics, and performance reviews, but one that equally values love, dignity, and respect. This powerful combination of head and heart, direct service, and systems change is why my family supports FLY. I hope the magic of FLY inspires you to support FLY today as well. FLY has set an ambitious goal of raising $100,000 through today's event. And thanks to generous supporters, we're already over halfway there. To help us meet this goal, you can donate now at flyprogram.org. Or if you'd like to give but can't do so right now, please go ahead and make a pledge by emailing your name and the amount to info@flyprogram.org, and we'll count it towards our goal. Thank you so much for supporting FLY youth and their future.
Hello, everybody. Grand Rising. This is Icy back with notifications on how I love FLY. Okay, my favorite thing about FLY would probably be when we get to just come here and it's just a safe space and there's different kids and we all can just engage with each other and just feel free to be ourselves and whatnot.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Showcase. It's Gigi. I really like FLY because of all the laws that we've learned about.
Welcome to Showcase. My name is Nick. I like FLY because of the leadership opportunities that it gives me and the leadership skills it helps me obtain.
Hello, my name is Maya. Welcome to Showcase. What I like about FLY is spending time with my mentor. I like their events, and I like coming to the office just to chill and have fun with the other mentees.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Showcase. My favorite part about FLY is being able to communicate with my case manager and being able to have fun with my peers. Thank you for being here.
morning, everyone. Welcome to Showcase. My name is Joe, and my favorite thing about Fly is they're very helpful.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Showcase. My name is Shad. I'm a peer mentor at Alameda County, and I like Fly a lot because I make new friends and whatnot, and there's a whole lot of learning experiences for me to do.
Welcome to Showcase. My name is Eliana, and the reason I love Fly is because it's an environment to help kids.
My favorite part about Fly is all the nice and wonderful people here, and we get to do a lot of fun activities.
Good morning. Welcome to Showcase. My name is Elicity. The favorite part about Fly program is they give us free opportunities through different events, and that's really fun. Thanks for coming.
Now it is with great pleasure that I introduce this year's keynote speaker, Contra Costas County Chief Probation Officer Isa Eamon Kraus continues to find power in all possibilities to better her community and the people in it. Chief Eamon Kraus has over 20 years of experience working in the public sector. Prior to joining the Contra Costa County Probation Department, she was Assistant Chief Probation Officer in Alameda County, where she was responsible for implementing several reforms and positively impacted the Juvenile Justice Division. Before arriving in Alameda, she worked in the Indiana Department of Correction, where she played an important role in reducing the number of people incarcerated in the state and developing supportive re-entry services. Please welcome Chief Isa Eamon Kraus.
I am so honored to have been asked to share a few words with all of you. As was briefly covered in my introduction, I am the Chief Probation Officer in Contra Costa County. However, what wasn't shared was the long-standing affiliation that I've had with the amazing organization that has brought us all together. In my prior role with Alameda County, I was instrumental in developing the initial relationship between the probation department and Fly. I had the privilege of working closely with Ali to expand that partnership and became familiar with the opportunities this organization is able to create for young people. I continue to be impressed with the tremendous impact that Fly's programs and staff have on the communities. So much so, in fact, that I've welcomed their invaluable support in Contra Costa County on a very important effort that we currently have underway. In my free time, albeit somewhat limited, I enjoy running. Now, I would not consider myself an elite athlete by any means. I like to say that I'm built for distance, not speed, but I do enjoy the lessons that running has taught me about myself and about life. Author and acclaimed ultramarathoner Michael Delario wrote that the endurance you develop derives directly from the struggles you experience. This quote really resonates with me when I think particularly about the struggles that the youth we serve have experienced. Endurance, typically characterized by stamina and persistence, is our ability to push on relentlessly, even when faced with adversity. When practicing endurance, you're doing whatever it takes to reach a goal, which for many of our youth, tragically, is simply to survive. Resilience, on the other hand, is the ability to thrive in challenging circumstances and adaptively respond when faced with those difficult, stressful situations. Both of these traits, endurance and resilience, they will get us through tough circumstances. However, while endurance is developed in response to adversity, resilience is learned. It must be nurtured. It must be reinforced. Young people need opportunities to develop and grow this skill in spaces that allow them to authentically engage in problem solving. A very relevant example of this is the Youth Leadership Program that Fly is so well known for. Empowering independence builds confidence, and confidence is shown to be an important component of resilience. A recent study, however, out of the University of Chicago suggests that endurance and resilience may not always be enough to manage those inevitable adversities that are just unavoidable for life. There is a growing body of scientific evidence on the power of hope and the impact that it has on us, both psychologically as well as physiologically. Research over the past decade indicates that people who are hopeful are more likely to attain their goals, do better academically, choose healthier lifestyle habits, recover better from illness, experience greater levels of satisfaction, and have a stronger sense of meaning and purpose. The science is very clear. Hope is one of the best predictors of well-being. In their book entitled Hope Rising, How the Science of Hope Can Change Your Life, authors Casey Gwynn and Dr. Chan Hellman wrote that hope is the belief that your future can be brighter than your past and that you play a role in making it happen. In order to change, we must first seek to understand the way things are right now in our lives and then begin to imagine the way things could be. Much like resistance, hope is a cognition, not an emotion, as some might think. Having hope or being hopeful is not merely wishful thinking or optimism. Hope is a skill that can be taught. Many of our youth have never been given the chance to develop this ability. They've never had the opportunity to imagine that things could be different. Steeped in generational poverty and criminality and faced with often unimaginable childhood trauma, they simply cannot see beyond those experiences and what they've been conditioned to endure. Research has further shown that trauma leads to rumination, anxiety and depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and insecure attachment styles. Being stuck in these past traumas, it compromises one's ability to connect with others, and it lowers the ability to be future-oriented, essentially reducing the ability to have hope. But the staff from departments such as my own, and those from organizations like FLY, we are the pathways to creating hope for the clients and the communities that we serve. So how do we nurture hope? And how do we sustain it? We do so with intentionality and by supporting and investing in hope-centered organizations like FLY. Hope-centered organizations focus on well-being. They seek to infuse values, policy, practices, and structure with the science of hope, creating an environment where both staff and clients thrive. In 2018, researchers looked at hope and resilience among teenagers from 4 high schools in predominantly low-income communities. They found that the teens who were more hopeful were also more resilient and were able to overcome more quickly when presented with challenging experiences. It is evident that every solution we consider must include hope, and it is our job as the healers and the helpers to pour this skill into the youth we serve. Hope begets hope, and hopeful individuals are contagious. So I challenge each of you to follow FLY's example, practice hope daily, and share it freely with others.
Wow, another powerful showcase. Thank you for being here to support FLY and for exploring the power of our possibilities. As you can see from the stories shared during the program, the possibilities are endless when the right resources are made available for the youth in our communities. So please consider making a contribution to help FLY continue our mission of preventing juvenile crime and incarceration through legal education, leadership training, and one-on-one mentoring. A special thank you again to our sponsors: 49ers Foundation, Fenwick & West, Corsair, Wilson Sonsini, Goodrich & Rosati, Momentive, Catos Graphics, and NetScout. We hope you all enjoyed the program, and we look forward to seeing you all very soon.